Ready? Oh, you can't do that. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Hi guys, I'm back with another video. I've been trying to get this video out for a while, but clearly this guy is top priority, and I have 2 others that also take up my time along with my full-time job and my husband. But this video is a cranberry walnut sourdough. So I don't start from the beginning because I have other sourdough videos out there that I have shown the whole process. This one I'm just starting where I am adding the cranberries and the walnuts so you can see at what stage I add them at. And then hopefully you will enjoy it as much as I did making it. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Now before I do my stretch and fold, I add my craisins and my walnuts. The craisins that I am adding, half of them they have less sugar, 25% less sugar, and the other half is just regular craisins. And I did that because I had some with less sugar hanging around, so I wanted to use those up. I do 40 grams of walnuts and 40 grams of craisins. And then I do a stretch and fold, and as I'm stretching and folding, the nuts and the craisins are falling out, so I just grab them as I fold the dough over. I put the lid on and let it rest for 30 minutes, and then do another stretch and fold. And again, they kind of fall out, so I just pick them up, and eventually they stop falling out. Let it rest for another 30 minutes, and then I do another stretch and fold. And I find that during the winter time, the dough is because it's cold, it's harder to stretch and fold. So that time I only did 3 different stretches and fold sessions, and let it bulk ferment for about 4 hours, and you see how it has risen quite a bit. And then I stretch and fold it out of the Tupperware container. And I usually get all the bits out of the container that got stuck. And then I shape it into the boule, just the classic boule shape. And I take off any nuts and craisins that might be on the top so they won't get burned. I just tuck them underneath the dough. Put it on a parchment paper, and then back into the Tupperware. I did have a regular loaf that I was making as well, along with the cranberry walnut one. I'm shaping that one and putting that on parchment paper and back into the container with the lid on. And then I set those in the refrigerator. My fridge is set to about 40 degrees, and I let them sit overnight in the fridge, cold ferment. And then I score them each. And spray it with some water, just a spritz, to allow steam inside of the Dutch oven. My scoring, I always make a cross, just in honor of Christ. My Dutch oven was preheated along with the oven at 500 degrees. Take it out, remove the lid, and put my sourdough along with the parchment paper inside of the Dutch oven. And then I bake them for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, I remove the lid, and this is my favorite part, removing the lid to see the oven spring, and you see how it has risen pretty good. I was excited about that. I'm always excited to see after removing the lid to see how it looks. And then I turned the oven down to 450 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 minutes. Let it bake. And that's to get a good crust on the top. And I usually tap them just to make sure that they're hollow and that they sound hollow, which lets you know that they are done. And then I begin to slice them. And you can see the distribution of the nuts and craisins in that slice there. See how it's very well incorporated. It's not just around the edges and not just in the middle. They're all over. And slicing my regular loaf, and I do find that the open crumb is a lot more open on my regular loaf than my cranberry walnut loaves, and I think that might be because the amount of, or not the amount, but the cranberry and walnuts are maybe hindering the dough from rising. That's my guess. I'll need to look into that and find out for sure. But you see the open crumb on that is really nice, especially for half of the flour being, well, more than half of the flour being whole wheat. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching, guys. I have some other videos coming up that I plan to record. Like one, for example, I want to show you guys, talk to you about the different flours that are available to us. Like from bleached, bromated white flours all the way to whole wheat berries, and what we can use and how we can use them and how they can be the healthier options that we have available to us. So I plan to get that out pretty soon, and I have some other ideas that I plan to record. But until then, check out my other videos where I show you behind the scenes of my micro bakery.